Well, good morning. It is September 13th, Monday, day 49, Pacific Crest Trail through hike, Sobo. Can't call it a horse trail anymore because actually since that rain, it's been a trail, not dusty. When I get done hiking, my feet are clean. I ended up going to Wright Creek Campground. There were a couple people there. Time I got set up and cooking, it was dark, so I didn't show my campsite. Today, it's gonna be kind of a tough day. I got about 3 or 4, it's up and downs. Go up to 10.8, down, up back to 10.8, down. And I got about 8-9 miles of that water. So as I mentioned yesterday, I'm in Sequoia National Park now. And 4.3 miles from my campsite is the JMT Mount Whitney Junction. I'm not going to be able to do it for about 3 reasons, and I'll tell you later. So anyways, once I get there, and I'll be strictly on the PCT, I doubt I will see anybody for 70 miles. I have 70 miles to Kennedy Meadows South and barely have enough food for that. Probably rolling in there empty. That's okay. So I'm going to get to hiking and I'll show you the sights. Well, goodbye, Dunsmuir Trail and JMT hikers and Mount Whitney. Maybe another time. Well, this is where the trail splits. JMT is going to end on Mount Whitney up there somewhere. And I'm going to continue on the PCT. Well, don't quote me on it, but that might be Mount Whitney there. I'm at like 10.8, and that's 14.505. That's Mount Whitney. And I can't see over here, the trees in the way, but I think it's that one. Well, I got on the PCT, and guess what? The horse trail is back. Horses have been on the trail, and it is completely chewed up, 2 inches of black dust. Well, it's about 2 o'clock. Still on this horse trail. There were footprints on the PCT after the JMT. I couldn't believe it because I wouldn't expect to see anybody. And just now I had 2 guys coming up. They were the 2 guys that camped next to me. They're on the JMT. How they missed the Mount Whitney signs. There's two different junctions for Mount Whitney. I showed it on the camera. Somehow they missed it, and they've been hiking on the PCT for 2 miles. Now they got to backtrack uphill too. So, yeah, I doubt now I won't see anybody. Well, it's about 2 o'clock. I've done about 6.5 miles. I have climbed 4 times. I just looked at gut hooks. I have 2 more climbs, and one of them's pretty big. I didn't look that far, I guess. Got a 10-8, and then I go back down, then I got back up to over 11, and after that it's all downhill. And that water source at I forgot the name of Guyot Creek is about 3 miles. So after that, I'll be done climbing. Man, it is hot too. Finally, a breeze just picked up. So anyway, I just stopped and had me some lunch. Still climbing this particular mountain. This will be my 4th one of the day. Then I'll have 2 more, total of 6. Kind of like the AT today, up, down, up, down, up, down. So I haven't been able to do much mileage because I've been on trail 5 hours. Only done 6.5 miles. Pretty sad, that's the way these Sierras are. So, I'm about to get back on it. It's 3 o'clock and I made it to the top finally. Last climb of the day. Check out the view. Pure smoke. My eyes are just burning. It's gotten worse and worse. It's blowing right into me. There's water in about 1.2, and then another mile or so there's a campground and with water, but unfortunately it's not enough miles, but there's no water after that for 12 miles. Wow. So guess I'm gonna have to stop there. That's gonna be 9, 6, hell, it's only gonna be about 10.5, 11 miles for the day. Oh, I wish the wind would change, because this smoke is bad. So last night when I was looking at what was going on today, the junction for the JMT and the Whitney climb was 4.3 from where I camped. And when I went to that page, Gut Hooks, there was a new announcement that I didn't know about, and I've never heard about it before, but it said PCT hikers can hike or can summit, but you have to camp and can't go any farther to camp than Crabtree Campground. Well, that's 0.8 from the junction in. So that would be 5 point whatever miles to get there, and you'd have to put your tent up, put some of your crap up. Then you had 7.4 miles to Whitney, and then 7.4 miles back to that campground. It would have been 20 plus miles that day. No way I could have done that, and I don't have the food. So when I turned the corner when I left this morning, there were like 14 JMTers all around the creek. There were campsites everywhere. A bunch of them I'd pass and talk to. The ones that I hiked with and camped with a couple of nights ago were there. So I told them my situation, and a lot of them offered me food, but there's just no way I was gonna hike a 20-mile day to climb Mount Whitney. And now that I got up here, I'm glad didn't, because it's gonna be a complete whiteout. I mean, this smoke's so thick you're not gonna be able to see anything. That would have really been bad to hike 20 miles. 14,505 foot climb and smoked out. So I guess it worked out, other than this smoke. But I'm getting ready to go downhill, and I'll show you the trail like I've been all day. I have nothing to show you but the trail. It's been walking in 3 inches of sand and I think it's going to continue from what I read. It's just horrible because a horse train has been through here, horse and mule. So anyway, I'm gonna quit my bitching and get back on the horse trail. And I'm squinting because the smoke is just burning my eyes. Well, it's about 5 o'clock. I'm almost down to the bottom here. I just passed the park ranger, and her and I talked for about 30 minutes. Kind of put me behind schedule, but she had she wanted me to get off trail, advised me to get off trail. She said there are 3 new fires southwest of here, and that's where all this smoke came from. And I mean, it's not affecting the trail or my danger, but the smoke. Anyway, I asked her there. I knew there was another campsite after the bottom, another mile, but I wasn't sure about the water. And she said there was water. So I told her what my goal was to get to Kennedy Meadows, because I had 2 boxes there. And she said probably not going to be any fire danger, but smoke, you know, just depends on which way the wind blows. I mean, this is pretty bad today. My eyes are really burning. And then I told her, of course, at Kennedy Meadows, there's nothing there. It's not a town or anything. It's just a general store, and then down the road is a bar and grill. That's about it. So I told her really what I wanted to do was if I could get to Tehachapi, then maybe call it quits, because there's so many trail closures now in the desert. I don't know if I've even mentioned that. I looked at when I was in Bishop. There were like 6 trail closures, PCT closures, that I could not go on. So still, if I can do what I'm thinking, that's still about 200 miles of trail left to hike. And if the wind changes, of course, this blows out of here. And she wasn't sure about from Kennedy Meadows to Tehachapi. Told me to check when I get there about fires in that area, but wow. Oh, and I told her about the New York guys. I thought they were on this trail maybe. We figured it out. I didn't show anything, but about 5 miles after hiking there, across this creek, and she said there was a trail junction there called the High Route, or Sierra High Trail. And she said, they're kind of actually hiking right into the fires. And she was going to put the word out to the next ranger in that area to keep an eye out for them. So New York guys, look there, I may be saving your life. Because they still had 4 or 5 days left, they said. So anyway, I need to book, because once again, I'm going to get there late. I'm almost to this first campsite. It's a creek down here, but it's so low that all this smoke's going to settle in the next campsite, even though it's maybe 1.3 past that. It's starting to, I got to climb up a little bit, so. And it's right by a ranger station. So, that's the plan. Well, I made it to camp. I'm at Sobo mile 1893.6. There's the trail. Their campsite's over here. Sun setting right through there. Smoke has cleared up a little bit. I was going to camp under this tree. There's a big old game trail right there. So I opted to come over here. But hell, I'm at this meadow. Ranger station is about, I can see the sign right here. So, quarter mile or less. Creek is right down here. And the meadow is across from us and over here. And I am set up right here. 6 o'clock. I hadn't figured it out yet, but I did 12 and a half today. And I told you about running into the ranger, advising me to get off trail. But anyway, I'm gonna go wash up in the creek because it was a dust fest today again. And fix me something to eat. Maybe I don't have to eat in the dark tonight. But I like this spot. I'm glad I came up here. All right, talk to you in a bit.